So if you guys have been following the channel for a while, you know we did a whole first look, unboxing, first impressions of the Meta Ray-Ban display glasses, and we came away super impressed, even though for a lot of people they might look a little nerdy or a little goofy. They were super fun to use. They are really neat. The steps forward that Meta took to make these and make these carrying cases so much better, I can only appreciate more after using these here. These are the Oakley Meta Vanguards that just came out that we did a first look at and unboxing, but haven't really done a deep dive yet or any sort of footage coverage. So that's coming soon, but I wanted to give you a very untechnical side-by-side look at these two glasses and tell you about some of these differences. If you forget or need any more clarification, there is a comparison tool on the Meta website that'll give you all of that information as well. So for this video though, let's jump right into it. And first things first, if you need a prescription lens, these are out of the question. So currently you cannot get any prescription lenses available for the Vanguards. They might come in the future, but if you do need prescriptions, you can get an RX range of -4 to +4 with these displays. If you want to get transitional lenses, you need to get the displays again because these come in a multitude of different colors, but there's no transparent options, or I should say gradient color from light to dark as you go into and out of the sun. One of the big things here that we need to talk about is obviously the changes to the camera. So obviously you have your camera on the side of every other Ray-Ban, including the Oakley ones, the Houstons. Finally, we have one centered right here in the middle above the nose piece, as you can see, to give you a much more straight on point of view. And not only that, but you actually get a 102-degree center field of view from the Vanguards, as opposed to only a 100-degree field of view on the displays. Obviously, the big takeaway though is with the displays, you have a viewfinder and you can preview the images before you take it. That can't be done just yet with the Vanguards. Maybe in a future iteration when they slim down the technology, they will put a display in other variants, but for now, that is obviously unique to just that. You do also have a 3x zoom on the displays. And then this is where it kind of changes and gets you more sport focused with these babies right here. You are actually going to be able to get an auto capture with Garmin, hyperlapse, and slow motion. And equally, you can select 3K video resolutions at 30 FPS, 1080p at 60 FPS. There is a variety of different options for that, whereas you are kind of restricted to a little over 1080p plus video resolution at 30 frames on the displays. Also, you can adjust stabilization for 1080p at about 30 frames per second as well. If you do use the 3K, stabilization is set to a medium instead of a high, medium, low. You cannot adjust that in 3K. You can only do so in 1080p. Now, one of the other changes here, and as you can probably expect, since you're going to probably be outdoors more with these glasses, these speakers on the new Vanguards are amazing. They actually are optimized for sports and windy conditions. There is only a 5 mic array here, but it is wind optimized, so Meta saying, as opposed to the 6 mic arrangements on the actual display. So you're going to get the same sort of apps that it's compatible with: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Audible, iHeart, and Shazam. And then also you are going to get this, a little different here, 9 hours of battery use on a single charge here. That blows away all of the other ones. 8 hours was the max on the Houstons and the second generation Wayfarers. On these, you are only getting 6 hours of battery use and 24 hours extra on the charging case, whereas opposed to additional 36 hours with the Oakley Vanguards. And that brings us to our next segue, and that's these cases. This is much more of a massive size case, kind of historically, that they've had even with the Wayfarers, but even then it is still much more massive in size. This is not collapsible. What Meta did with Ray-Ban here for this case, making it so you can fold it and literally roll it up, makes this so much more convenient if you do need to carry it with you. It's no bigger than some power banks. So you have definitely a lot of room to put this in your pocket, where this is not even remotely pocketable. Again, you might not even need it considering the extra battery life on these, but it's something to take into account. And then you just flip it open when you're ready to go, and your displays can recharge just like that. You do also get, and this is something I really like that I didn't expect, a 4-way touchpad on the Meta Ray-Ban displays, as opposed to only the 2-way touchpad on the Vanguard. So you can only swipe side to side on these. Should do it on this side, that's the only side that has it. Whereas opposed to you can go up, down, left, and right on the actual display glasses. No displays, obviously, it's not in the name. No neural band compatibility and anything like that. If it's big for you guys too, keep in mind there is no USB-C charging cable in the box that we discovered with the newest versions here, the Vanguards. You do still get that with the Ray-Ban displays. So all that aside, you can definitely see these are going to 2 separate users. Totally different user bases, I would imagine. Not many people are going to have both, but those that you do, you're definitely active, definitely want something else to be outside with, rather than something with a little more sport and classier view or vision with these. There is a slight weight difference here, but I'm not going to get into that now. I don't actually remember the exact numbers, but they are definitely still comparable, not as bulky as you would imagine, and definitely can wear them on an all-day basis. If you do find some discomfort in it, I will tell you here, these nose pieces are replaceable. They give you 3 sizes in the bag for all of your purchases. And then obviously, as all the other ones have, these are fixed plastic nose pieces with a little bit of a grip on the side, not much to it, and they are not changeable at all. So that's it for this one, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you want to see another comparison with another model. We'll make sure to follow up and do that for you as well. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.